Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Rocky 2, written and directed by Sylvester Stallone, starring Stallone, Talia Shire, Carl Weathers, Burt Young, and Burgess Meredith. Just last week I watched the first Rocky film on the channel and absolutely fell in love with it. So after so many comments and messages telling me that the sequels are almost as good, I just couldn't stop there. I'd recommend you check out my first Rocky video as I'm going to continue right from there. The link should be up somewhere above. Last we saw Rocky, he just lost a fair split decision. Apollo Creed was still the heavyweight champion of the world, but Rocky seemed content going the distance with the champ, even knocking him down once. The two men agree never to have a rematch, and I assume they go their separate ways for a while. I've been told that this is a direct continuation of the first film, so let's get started because I can't wait. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reactions, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along, of course. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Rocky 2, Stallone, Shire, Weathers. Let's go! Oh, it's a direct continuation. This is from the previous fight. Stallone wants us to remember what happened at the end of the previous film to keep the emotional impact rolling. Going for the ribs. I wonder if some of the scenes were reshot here or not, because the continuity looks pretty good. Nah, it's from the previous film. These punches, again, seem so impactful.
Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Don't want one.
Paulie. It's almost a jazzy version of the theme song, with a little variation. I like it. Written and directed by Sylvester Stallone. He's being mobbed by reporters and fans.
Rocky, do you think you have brain damage?
I don't see any.
Where is he? Where is he?
They're being brought to the same hospital.
What you did was a miracle. You're the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I want you to know that, Stallion. Get up out of that chair, chump, and let's finish this fight right now.
Hey, yo, Paulie, you said there weren't gonna be no rematch.
His ego's hurt, and I understand.
Well, I'm officially retired now. You got nothing to prove.
I don't care what the hell them judges said. This is the man I want to fight.
Mickey is actually egging him on.
See you later. Hey, Mick. Can you fix my nose?
He's never broken his nose before this fight, so it's a big deal to him. He doesn't even care about the eye.
Great. Oh, no, how's it look? I wouldn't want it.
Mickey's always honest.
I feel good tonight.
Yeah, you look good. Could you answer me one question?
Yeah, sure.
Could you give me your best?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, Apollo Creed so far still seems like a stand-up guy. He's honest. He has a bit of an ego, but he's the champ, so you're allowed to have a bit of an ego.
Hey, could you sign my head?
Yeah, sure.
What are we doing here at the zoo?
I was wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me very much.
I'd like to marry you.
That was so casual. And the piano.
Rocky Balboa.
They're having a small, intimate ceremony.
Go in peace and God bless you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, she really turned out pretty.
Now listen,
No, man. Don't go back to enforcing Rocky.
how's about investing in condominium?
I never used some.
I don't know whether he meant what I think he meant. That's hilarious. I think he doesn't use condominiums. And just like the first one, the streets of Philadelphia is a character itself.
Alright, we are safe and sound. Hey, yo, Buckers, could you get down?
Hey, it's the dog. And I read from a previous comment that it's actually Stallone's dog.
You never get tired of me.
Oh, no.
I hope nothing changes.
Oh.
I ain't changing. I sure ain't never changing.
Oh
nothing
no.
about you.
Although it's like super romantic, Saying these lines at the beginning of a film means that these promises will be broken. Beautiful music, and their chemistry on screen is it's really good.
Nice car, Rock. It's a great car.
Hey, I recognize this car.
I think that would be
Matching Rolex.
Yeah, I think that's perfect too. Yes, look at that. Your neck looks great, huh? Nice mailbox. I like this mailbox.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
What are taxes every year?
1,500.
1,500.
It's Creed's family, and Creed has money.
You didn't beat nobody, and anybody who knows boxing knows the fight was fixed. You call yourself the champ, you're a fake.
Why can't you ignore it?
Because he's a champ. An amateur going 15 rounds with a undefeated world champion, people are going to doubt that. So him getting like this is something I completely understand.
Yeah?
Holy crap!
Oh, Adrian, you...
Gynecology, that means she's pregnant. They're actually starting a family.
And if it's a boy, I'd like him to be just like the father.
Listen, the reason we didn't call you a couple of months ago is we wanted to wait till the swelling went down.
Stallone is taking a lot of time away from boxing, showing Rocky almost distracted.
Oh, look.
The best.
Adrian is just looking the other way.
Beast aftershave, take one.
Beast aftershave.
Try to get it right. Action.
Hi, my name is Rocky Balboa.
You want to quit? Then quit. Leave.
No one's going to offer you an office job. There's too much competition. Why don't you fight? I've read somewhere you're a very good fighter.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
So he's going through his money while looking for a non-boxing job.
I'm very sorry. We have nothing.
You sure?
So, Rocky, if you want to work, it'll be from week to week, okay?
Look at Rocky now. He has a Rolex on one hand and he's processing meat. If they keep this running gag, I'm going to actually appreciate it. This dude can't drive. He's just fleshing out his story and especially the character of Rocky. Because if you don't make him an underdog, you don't get the emotional impact at the end. And that's exactly what Stallone's doing for the first 40 minutes.
They're real good, but we got to cut back on manpower and you ain't got enough time in, you know? Seniority. Rocky, I'm sorry.
Listen, Paul, you want to buy this car, you know?
He needs money.
I ain't at work no more. I got Canaan today. You know, it's nobody's fault. They were just cutting back. You know, it was economics.
What about your eye? You know, the doctor said you shouldn't fight anymore. I mean, if we need money, I could get a job. Really, I want to work.
Shire's acting is so subtle. She's a great actress.
We come back tomorrow.
Another great scene with Rocky and Mick. Just like the first film, they have an understanding with each other and a mutual respect. It probably doesn't have the emotional impact it had in the first one, but it's still strong.
As long as I'm going to be promoting this fight myself, I want a lot more pressure put on for a rematch. Let's go after some new meat. Forget this bum. Man, I won, but I didn't beat him.
I love the fact that he can admit it to himself.
Honest? Yeah, honest. Let it go.
And another great scene. He can't.
Thank you.
It's a proper smear campaign. It's going to start chipping at his own ego now.
Now you can take it.
Whoop.
I heard you was working in this summer. What are you doing, huh? Come back and work on the docks. Get some fresh air. It stinks in here.
I can't do that stuff no more. How's everybody in the clubhouse tonight?
Oh, fine. How'd your day go?
A million laughs. You know, it was great. You need some help with that? Why do cows wear bells? Because the horns don't work. Is that killing you? No? Huh? Boy, you guys got...
He still has his turtles.
But now I'm ready to have a rematch to prove that this lucky club fighter, and that's what he was, lucky, does not have the skill to last 5 minutes in the ring with a superior athlete like me.
Where is Rocky Balboa? I'm Brent Musburger.
I'm supposed to be a fighter.
I don't want you to do it.
Please. I'm asking, please.
It's Mick.
I think we ought to knock his block off.
Absolutely.
Rocky.
I love the framing of Adrian alone. The camera work has been so seamless from the first one that I literally have no comments on it. It's just great.
America, I want the whole world to see me destroy this man after 2 short rounds. Lightning fast and hard to catch. No playing, no jiving, just business.
His lungs he's gonna punch out.
I'm gonna drop him like a bad habit.
See how he pumps that jab into your eye?
Yeah.
I mean, left-handed fighters, they're the worst, you know. They lead with their face mostly. Trying to throw that big left.
Exactly.
Right's no damn good.
Rocky's susceptible to a left.
You gotta learn to be a right-handed fighter. Now, this'll confuse Apollo, and it'll protect that bad eye.
Oh, what a great idea, going orthodox.
Now, I show you a trick how to get some speed in them legs. Now, listen, get this thing. Get him, get him, get him. Come on, what's the matter with you?
That's a great way to train.
Pick him up! Put him down! Pick him up! Put him down!
You need an insane amount of stamina, speed, and hand-eye coordination.
Come on. I want 500 high ones, go!
He's a great strategist.
1, 2, 1, 2.
And I'm glad this time around they're showing a little more of Apollo Creed. I really love this character. He's destroying his sparring partners.
You're gonna eat lightning, you're gonna crap thunder!
Love his motivational stuff. I think the second act is about hardship. The first was the setup, and the third will probably be the fight itself.
I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. What are you waiting for?
Come on, my sister got you so guilty you're running all over the place.
Why does Mickey hate his sister so much? I thought it was just some sort of sibling thing, but in the second film, it's different.
Yeah, boy, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
Now what?
I can't believe he's going to blame her.
I didn't call him, just trying to keep him safe.
Hey, what? Feed these goddamn squirrels!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, don't tell me. He's gonna get hurt because of you. What are you doing? What's wrong? Adrian, what's the matter?
Was she going into labor already?
Then don't you waste my time no more. You hear that? Go away! Go back to the docks where you belong.
The baby is fine, even though it's a month premature.
What is it?
It's a boy. Your wife was hemorrhaging when she was brought in. Now, the premature delivery was most likely caused by straining of overwork.
Overwork?
This caused her to slip into a coma.
Damn, I can't imagine the amount of guilt Rocky's feeling.
It's sad. I you're very sick, but I'm gonna be here when you wake up.
See, Stallone can act too.
Visiting hours are over.
It's 3 in the morning. She's a good girl.
He doesn't care about anything except Adrian.
Why don't you stand up and fight this guy hard like you done before? That was beautiful. Because he's gonna kick your face in pieces. And he said you're a one-time lucky bum.
The choice of using a prime lens on Mickey is brilliant, isolating him and giving his dialogue more importance.
I gotta lose.
Burgess Meredith's performance in this film is even better than the last.
It's gonna be okay.
And keeping the cast intentionally small really makes me care for the characters individually.
White pointed towards Marvel, who was leading the horses.
And he's almost learning to read. And the choice of showing the cross between the two characters is almost showing the distance between them. Wake up, Adrian. Oh.
You haven't seen the baby?
No, come on, I was waiting to see them together.
Oh.
Junior? Come on, you really want to do that?
Yeah. When? When?
What are we waiting for? Take this!
Oh, look at the smile. Again, that's all he cared about, and once he got that, he's 100% motivated. Something similar happened recently in a fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. The fight was called a draw in the first game, but people believe Tyson was robbed. But in the second fight, Wilder went down. Another training montage like the first film, but this is more animated and more deterministic music. And I like how they differ and they're not the same. Oh, that was just the first montage. We have the regular one too. Beautiful shot. Whereas last time only a couple of people recognized him, this time the whole neighborhood is cheering after him. Great use of Steadicam here. Holy crap, the number of extras. And he's going up the steps again, this time being followed by hundreds of people. There are quite a few what I'd call Kodak moments in the film where Stallone just freeze frames. I wasn't sure how to feel about it at the beginning, but I'm getting around to liking it. I thought using it once at the end would have been perfect, but it's not a bad idea if you think about it.
You're going to see a real great battle in every sense of the word.
Dude, be careful. There's so many people around you. And you're a horrible driver, Rocky.
And Rocky Balboa, I know.
Good luck, son.
See the difference in their approach?
I'm going to be trying hard for you today, okay? Ain't this robe nice? Better than last year, that's for sure. Remember that baggy one last year? This is good.
With the meat ad at the back.
Yes, sir. Rocky Balboa, known to millions as the black and gold robe.
Oh man, another prime lens.
And the champion.
And this time, he's not showing off as much.
You're going down, man. You're going down.
I love big crowds, and I can't believe they got so many people.
Okay, boys, let's have a good fight.
From the great fight of the century, Superman champion comes over to hurry now. He throws a couple of rights, left them over the center of the ring
Oh
now.
man, this time I think I like the camera work even better. It looks more professionally done. I think they were limited by the budget in the first one. He has to be careful of Apollo Creed's left jab. He's eating way too many punches. He needs to get his hands back up. Hands up, Rocky.
Broke my nose again.
Balboa's got to be in great shape to withstand.
He still has a sense of humor about him.
That guy's great.
This is it, man. That's the fall of time. Here we go in round two.
This time, Creed is still overconfident, but he's not gloating. He just wants to get this fight over with. He's going for the body shots like last time, because he has weak ribs. Oh no, he's gloating. That's never a good thing.
Back in the corner.
Oh, beautiful combination. Rocky's getting some good punches in.
The round is over, but they're taunting each other. And the champion again with combination of piling up the points.
Oh no, Creed is way up on points because he's just winning round after round. So the only way Rocky can win is a knockout. Well, then again, it's just the 6th round out of 15.
And he now begins to taunt Balboa again.
I don't believe they've used slow motion in the previous film, but they're using it here. And the punches feel even more impactful.
Creed's mind right now. He's lost his first round.
Oh. Damn.
I thought he took a beating.
His left eye, which is an issue already, is already closed, which means he's in real trouble now.
Taking another beating in the corner.
They have to be physically separated by the teams at this point.
Right, come on.
Now you got him beat on points, you understand? Just stick and move, you understand?
Switch now to southpaw anyway, will you?
Apollo, don't go for the knockout, you got it won!
Oh no, Apollo is ahead on points, so all he needs to do is hold on for the last round. Creed is just going to go for the attack.
Where he is! It's blind instinct! Balboa straight to the head! He's got him into the corner!
Oh no. I mean, oh yeah for Rocky, but oh no for Creed. He's not listening to his corner. Oh! He switched! Oh, those body shots. Both of them are down. Whoever stands up wins. Rocky is the champion of the world. What a finale! The whole 2-hour build-up was worth this one scene. And Creed he's humble. He gave it his all, he lost. I respect Creed as much as Rocky.
I want to thank Mickey for training me.
We love you, Ron!
Yeah, and I love you too. Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Just like the first film, this one ends with the words, I love you. Man, what a great film. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was another great film. I thought a sequel to a classic like the first one would be a tough act to follow, but this film definitely delivered. I wouldn't say that it was as good as the first film, but it was a worthy sequel. The film starts exactly where the first one ended, which was a great choice by Stallone. Speaking of Sylvester Stallone, he returns not only as the writer, but also as the director this time round, in addition to playing the main character. This was another of Stallone's babies, and I'm glad the studios had enough confidence to give him full creative control over this one. Since we're already familiar with the characters from the first film, I'm going to do a recap of the plot and talk about the filmmaking itself, which thankfully was similar to the first one. As stated before, Stallone starts the story off exactly where the previous one left off, with both him and Creed being sent to the same hospital in the same night. Even though Creed said that there would be no rematch in the ring, his pride was shattered about the fact that an amateur boxer went the distance with him and knocked him down, and he changes his mind and demands a rematch immediately. I completely understand where he was coming from. He was perceived to be invincible, and due to this, a lot of people accused him for match fixing, which further degraded his ego. Rocky, however, retires immediately and shows no interest in the rematch because of Adrian and the promise he made her. Despite this, Creed goes on a smear campaign against Rocky, publicly calling him out and calling him a chump and the Italian chicken, which I found hilarious. Again, Rocky was shown to be humble and tried not to be bothered by it, but after failing to find work and trying his hardest, he realizes that fighting is all he knows. Adrian, who he marries and now is pregnant, is heavily against Rocky fighting, and rightfully so. His left eye is damaged and he wasn't as fast as he used to be because it's been a couple of months already. Even Mickey and Paulie discourage him at first, but eventually he agrees to the rematch. Adrian falls into a coma after giving birth, and only after he recovers and gives her approval to fight, Rocky starts taking his training seriously. After two beautiful montage scenes, the second one being exceptional, Rocky finally gets into the ring with Creed. The fight does not go as Creed predicts, as he expected to knock Rocky out in the first round or two. Although Rocky does get knocked down, he keeps getting back up, showing his heart. Even though Creed was winning on points and all he had to do was hold on and not do anything, in the last round, his ego gets the better of him and he charges forward like the champ that he is. Rocky takes this opportunity and gives it his best, and at the last second, both the fighters go down. With Rocky getting up with sheer will and determination. The champ loses and Rocky becomes the rightful heavyweight champion of the world. Creed was shown to give respect to his opponent and not shown to be a sore loser, which I really appreciated. The film ends the exact same way that the first one did, with Rocky calling out for Adrian and Adrian saying she loves him. Stallone's writing in the sequel was also great. He needed to make Rocky an underdog again, and to achieve this, he spends over half the runtime showing that he tries other ways to make money and fails. He's not happy doing manual labor, but he was willing to due to his promise to Adrian. Stallone also needed a reason for Creed to want a rematch, which he does by bruising his ego repeatedly as he has people calling him a fake and a fight fixer. Both great choices for motivation. Furthermore, he brings the element of family to the film this time around. He has a wife and a son who he wants to provide for and make him feel more like a man, which he mentions in the film. I really enjoyed the character building scenes between Adrian and Rocky in this one. I also like the fact that Apollo Creed was given a larger role. I honestly wished for more because he seemed like a family man with a supporting wife and a wonderful family too. Really great writing and directing by Stallone here. Not as good as the first one, but damn close. Moving on to the cinematography and the editing of the film, it was great. The best part about these two aspects were the fact that both films felt like one. The continuity in both the editing and cinematography holds up very well. If they were edited back to back, it would have been a 4-hour movie and I'd be complaining about the runtime by now. The city of Philadelphia was shown beautifully again, with the entire neighborhood being on Rocky's side this time. The editing of the fights was considerably better than last time, as I found it easier to follow, and I also found that the punches were even more impactful, and the camera work I think was a little improved over the last one too. This might be because of the larger budget in this one, I'm not sure. Anyways, the music in the film was iconic as expected. I honestly felt the music was a little better utilized in the first film, but it was great here too. This time around, the music was more pronounced, with audible bass notes and a jazz-inspired tone with the saxophone and the trumpets. The intimate moments with Adrian, the montage scenes, and the actual fight with Creed all had an emotional impact in terms of the music, I'd say. Sylvester Stallone. Rocky was played by Sylvester Stallone in another solid performance. I don't think this time around it was Oscar worthy, but that doesn't mean it was bad by any means. It was great actually. I just felt his raw emotions more in the first film. This time around, even though he was an underdog, he wasn't as big of an underdog. The love story and his chemistry with Adrian, it continues to amaze me though. They make an excellent on-screen couple and both their characters were very believable. Speaking of Adrian, she was played by the legendary Talia Shire again. Her performance was better than Stallone's in my opinion. Just the subtlety of her shyness and the reluctance to see her husband get hurt, again, was wonderful to watch. She made me feel for her character as she was in a coma, but she comes out of it even stronger, encouraging her husband to win. She sacrifices for Rocky, working at her previous pet store while being pregnant, just so that Rocky can take the time to train for the fight. She was there by his side from the beginning to the end, and it was amazing. Burt Young and Burgess Meredith played Polly and Mickey. Although my love for Mickey grew in this film, I can't say the same about Polly though. Mickey, over the course of the film, becomes more empathetic and helpful to Rocky. And I'd argue that Polly becomes more selfish as a person. He asks for Rocky's old job. He takes his car being offered once. I believe he should have at least offered to help his own brother-in-law and sister. He also suggests that Rocky should physically hurt Adrian if she doesn't listen to her, and actually goes as far as to tell Adrian that it was her fault for making Rocky feel guilty and Rocky not being his best at the earlier parts of his training. The performance from both the actors were solid though. I understand both Polly and Mickey are flawed human beings, but I believe Mickey changes for the better in this film, at least more than Polly. Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed was just fantastic again. I have to applaud the writer, Stallone, for not making him a straightforward villain or a bad guy. He was shown to be a champion with a bruised ego. Weathers played his character with confidence and a certain hunger for revenge. Although I'm glad we got to see more of Creed this time around, but I feel like I needed a little more of him. And this leads me to the criticism of the film, which is that exactly. I wish I got to see more of Creed's point of view. Maybe show him to be more of a family man. Show the behind the scenes with his agent and his training. They did show a bit, but I don't think it was enough. All the characters were very well developed by this point. With the exception of Creed, I'd say. I would say his character was developed, but not well developed. But apart from that, overall, this was a great film and a worthy sequel. Stallone's writing, and this time around directing too, really impressed me. Talia Shire was even better in her role as Adrian in the sequel. I would consider this an extension to the first film, and it is mandatory viewing for any film lover. I highly recommend it. Please do let me know if 3 and 4 are of the same or similar quality or not. I will definitely consider watching them too. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to my channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.